This is impressive and it should be studied. All the manufacturers that are making electric steering racks that are never satisfying me and giving me what I want, they should study this rack.
This is not a normal car review. This is steering feel review. My series where I focus exclusively on the steering of cars because I believe cars that steer well are special and should be celebrated more. Today we've got an F56 Mini Cooper S. There's the classic trope that these drive like go-karts, but this is a modern Mini. It's heavier. It has electric steering. This car has a wheelbase of 2,495 millimeters, which for a small car is fairly long. You've got a wheel in each corner. The wheelbase is almost the entire length of the car. The steering rack ratio is 14.2:1. Here's my standard list of things I test. Every one of those is a chapter down below in the YouTube player, so you can skip if you want a specific part. At the end, I'll give a conclusion for the car as a whole, as well as giving it a score for spirited driving and a score for normal driving exclusively for the steering. I genuinely have no idea how this is going to drive. It's either going to be amazing or it's really going to disappoint and we're going to have another VW Golf GTI situation. Only one way to find out. Let's get out on the road.
Spirited driving in an F56 Cooper S. Let's go. Oh, it's that old school mini braking feel. You need quite a lot of pedal, but then the brakes bite down at the bottom. That's nice. Classic Mick drives car thing, just deciding to enjoy the car rather than talk about its steering. Dude, it really weighs up. What? A little bit out of shape there, that's okay. I think that's suspension more than anything throwing us off. I really like this. There are some downsides, and we'll get into them, and I'll explain exactly what it is I'm feeling to you guys.
Directness is a measure of how responsive the steering is, how quickly the car turns when you turn the steering wheel.
There's a little bit of slop, but actually it's not that bad. The steering is pretty direct. I think in the actual corner, the adjustments matter less than on the dead ahead. It's not bad. The directness is not the best part of this steering. I think maybe a slightly spicier alignment could really help that. It's probably pretty average, maybe slightly above average. You turn in, the car turns in. I don't need that much steering angle to get around corners. I don't even think the problem is the slop on the dead ahead, because that's not a huge amount of slop. I think it's the mid-corner adjustability, but it's not bad. I'm not even going to harp on the directness too much because this steering does some really impressive things that have nothing to do with directness. Let's get into the good stuff.
Weight is all about how light or heavy the steering is and how that changes the harder you turn the steering wheel.
Mini have done something special here, and I don't think they get enough credit for this. People always talk about Minis driving like go-karts. People can't articulate why that is. A car can never drive like a go-kart. A go-kart's mid-engined, a go-kart's rear-wheel drive. I think what people are referring to is the steering. Mini just tunes this steering rack differently to other manufacturers, and it feels really good. The rack is actually pretty heavy. It takes effort to turn it. As you get into a corner, there is real, authentic feeling weighting. It feels like you can feel what the tires are doing. It feels like you're driving a machine, which no other electric rack I've ever driven in my life has delivered. This corner is always a really good test of weighing up. Yeah, like that's a lot of, see how much it wants to resist? But it's not just the self-centering force, it's the feel of the weighting that is really good. There are some cars that feel extremely natural in the way they steer, weigh up, provide feedback. This Mini does not. But, and this is a big but, and I want car manufacturers to hear me here, we would much rather have unnatural and good than natural and terrible. The reason why I think this weighting is good is not just because you put it in sport mode and it becomes heavy. Anyone can do heavy. BMW famously does heavy. You press Sport Plus on a BMW, the steering feels like it's set in granite. When I put this car into a corner, there is actual feedback. The steering gets even heavier from its already heavy setting. If my BMW M2 had this steering, I would probably still own that car. Is this the best modern steering I've ever used? It might be. I can't really think of a car that's like 2010 or newer that feels better than this.
Texture is all about the feeling of the road through your hands. The best cars will tell you exactly how much grip you have as you're driving.
I think this is the downside of this steering. It's rained about an hour ago, it's quite wet on the ground, there's a lot of looseness and gravel and rubbish, so there's infinite opportunities for this car to give me really good feedback about what's going on with the road surface. I'm just kind of not getting that. Feedback that I get through the steering is all about what's going on with the car. It's telling me how much work the tires are doing to turn. It's telling me how the weight is moving around as I'm going around some of the corners. And feeling that in the steering is amazing, but it's not telling me about the surface, how much grip I might have, how some sections differ to other sections. It's not as numb as most modern racks. The two videos before this car were the MX-5 ND and the Golf GTI. Those cars have next to no texture whatsoever. This is not quite that bad. There's a little bit of something going on. It's not the best texture I've ever felt, but it's something.
Let's talk about normal driving.
I've got it in the mid mode now because I feel like that's the appropriate mode for just daily driving. All that heaviness and feedback that was in the steering before has been replaced with this lovely, responsive, easygoing, light steering. Even at low speeds, it's like effortless to get this car going straight. I feel like I don't need to be here. I always feel this way with modern cars. I'm here to offer suggestions for where the car should go, and the car will naturally just follow the road ahead without me really doing much to make it do anything. You drive an old car and you feel like every corner you're muscling it around, getting it to go where you want it to go. My MX-5 is a lot like that. This car, no such issues. I mean, literally with one finger, I can get it through any of these situations. I don't need to think. It's extremely livable, daily drivable, and nice. The fact this steering is so easy to use and nice, while still offering a good level of feedback on a spirited drive, is beyond impressive. What's the self-centering like? A little bit slow, but not bad at all. What is an F56 like to park? I'll remind you guys, I'm not even in the lightest steering mode. Yeah, super easy to adjust. Absolutely lovely. You would never complain about this. It drives completely normally. What is it like to drive at high speeds on motorways and highways? Little 2-litre turbo engine, I think I can just roll into throttle in 6. I can indeed. Loads of performance out of that engine. It's pretty stable. The car still feels like a small car, so it doesn't have that really settled character that bigger cars have, but it's not bad. The amount of dead zone is actually quite a lot, but that's good for going straight, that's good for doing distance. I like this. It's definitely not the best car out here, but it's serviceable and absolutely fine. Even the modern Minis, everyone gives them flack for getting too big, but this is still a relatively small car, and it feels pretty planted, pretty stable, and pretty nice on those longer drives. Before I give you the scores, conclusions. I really like this car. Although it's modern and it's bigger, it still has the Mini DNA, the character, what makes these cars fun. A rowdy little engine, a good chassis that's probably too stiff, but it suits the character of the car. A manual box, which I have to credit this car's owner for choosing, because a lot of people get these with the 8-speed torque converter. Huge props for getting 3 pedals and a manual. Really nice. And the manual's nice. It feels like a nice manual to use. It's not quite as nice as some, but it's also way better than others. Seats are quite hugging. You have your sat nav and everything you might need to get to where you go. You have about 200 horsepower to rocket yourself down the road. Like, what more could you want? Especially this car's owner is 20 years old. As a young petrol head, at 20 years old, I would be smitten with this car. It's so cool. Now, the steering scores. For spirited driving, I'm giving this car a 7 out of 10, which is the highest electric steer car of all time on Steering Feel Review, and I stand by that score. It's not super direct, but it's direct enough. Less texture than I would love. But the weighting is absolutely phenomenal. Mini have done an amazing job with the way, not only the weight overall, but the weight when you turn. It's all artificial, it's all fake, but I don't care, I love it, it feels good. Unlike almost every other brand's electric steering, if Mazda had put this steering in the ND, it would be a way better car. What about normal driving? The score is 5 out of 10. This car is perfectly average across the board, pretty much in all the different sections. It's perfectly normal to park. The car is super easy around town. That's probably the best in the normal driving segment. And on the motorway and highway, it's a smaller car, so there's a touch of nervousness. Overall, you would be very happy to do long distances in this car. Coming here today, I really didn't think this car would be that good. I thought it would be slightly above average, but I wasn't ready for it to be as good as it is. 7 out of 10 is a high score for Steering Feel Review for spirited driving. A massive thank you to Will, who has driven this car all the way from Edinburgh. What an absolute legend. If you want to see your car on Steering Feel Review, use the links in the description, send me an email or send me an Instagram DM. YouTube wants you to watch this video next. I think if you enjoyed this episode of Steering Feel Review, you'll like my Steering Feel Review playlist, which has every video. My name's Mick. I drive cars. Peace. There's a guy that works at Mini somewhere that nobody has ever heard of, who has some obscure job title, and his job is to code the steering. And that man should be given double the salary, because I don't know what he's done, but this feels fantastic. It doesn't feel natural, but it feels good.